Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and you're watching some iRacing. This is the Porsche iRacing GT3 Cup at RoadAmerica. This is a track that I actually know really well, and so I just kind of felt like I'd jump in and get a race in. And actually this particular race, I think I jumped in with, I don't know, pretty minimal practice right before the race started. I think it was probably like 10 minutes, if that. But, you know, testament to the amount of time I've actually spent on this track. This particular race was a little bit challenging in the fact that this was the third race that I had run. I think I'd run 2 the day before, and this particular race I was spun out early, lap 1. I tweeted about it, so if you follow me on Twitter, you'll already know, you already know about this. Because my gripe was that you know, if there's one thing I'd love iRacers to learn, it's to know when to back down or when to back out. And I struggle with that myself, but I was thinking about that most of this race, and I had taken that lap 1 incident and really used it to sort of fuel my fire to keep pressing. And so I think I qualified in like 19th. The spin, it put me back to 24th or 25th, and then that's when I really sort of knuckled down and just kind of focused up, and I said, you know what, like, this is bullshit, because I'd been wrecked out the 2 previous races that I gotten into, and I got spun for this one. So I was like, you know what, this is crap. I'm gonna fight. I'm really not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give in. I'm gonna see how many positions I can pick up, because I was looking, you know, you look at the field, look at the results, and you can see like, okay, these guys are X amount of seconds slower than me in qualify time. So I knew I could have picked up some pace. Probably the best moment of this is when I did actually pass the guy who spun me. So anyways, like I said, it's just a really good race. It was just sort of a good sort of like, hey, don't give up kind of race. And then for me, it's like another race to help me get back in the saddle. I had a longer commentary that I had recorded a minute ago, and I decided to scrap it because I didn't really want to post like a 12-minute commentary. But I did have a bit of a change in my perspective. Basically, in a nutshell, I was a little too competitive. Like, if I didn't feel like I was competitive, then I wouldn't race. I just, you know, I got frustrated with iRacing, and I was like, oh, I'm not competitive. I don't really feel like doing it, and I lost the fun factor. And so I've raced 4 races this week, and the last race that I had tonight really brought that fun factor back for me. And so what I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to try to just focus on the fun factor, the racing and the excitement. It doesn't really matter where in the field I am, but I just want to go out and race, because basically, if I didn't feel competitive, I didn't race. And if I did get into a race and I was in the back of the field, I was just like, well, I'm not competitive, like, this is not fun for me. You know, I want to be racing for a top 5. That was sort of my expectations, which are sort of unrealistic when you give up iRacing, you know, 3 or 4 times in the span of a couple of years. You're not well practiced. You're rusty. So it's just sort of a self-perpetuating issue that you just keep running into. It's like coming back to iRacing and leaving, and coming back and leaving. And like, I'm not getting any better. It's like, well, you're not friggin' doing it. So of course you're not gonna get any better. So my goal right now is just get back in, concentrate on fun, have a good time, because I really do love racing. I really enjoy the service. So that's it for me. So let me know in the comment section if you have those sort of issues where you sort of get inside your own head and you worry too much about being competitive, and where you're placing, as opposed to what is really important is in that even though this is a simulation and this is one of the better racing sort of competitive experiences you can have online, it is still quote-unquote a game. I know some people hate calling iRacing a game, but at the end of the day, it's a hobby. It's supposed to be for fun, and if you lose the fun factor, then, you know, what's the point? Because that's not why you're in it. You're in it to have some fun. So from now on, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna focus less on the competitive nature of it, more on the fun, and hopefully my competitiveness or my ability to better compete will be a byproduct of me just having fun and racing a little bit more loose. And I think that'll overall make my experience better. So like I said, in the comment section below, let me know if you guys have had those issues before, where you just kind of get in your own head and you just kind of don't find the fun in what you're doing. It doesn't have to be iRacing. It could be whatever sort of competitive hobby you have. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.